This is my 2018 Summit G4. These and the 2017s are famous for cooking belts. I've never blown one, but even after a 2.5 minute pull up a hill like this, I could usually smell the heat and burning, which doesn't happen with my Cat M8, so I decided to fit the vent kit. It took me about 90 minutes. It'll probably take you quite a bit less than that. It comes with all the bits. All you need are a couple of tools, and you might need some smaller rivets, as you'll see later. So grab the instructions online and you're good to go. First up, you're going to stick on 2 bits of foam. And your next job is to cut out the paper template for the actual vent. Tape it in place somehow so you can mark out the vent and the screw holes. Center your holes and then drill them out with a, I think it's a 5.6 or 5.8 mil drill bit. There are probably lots of ways to get a clean cut of the vent hole, but I used a step drill to make a starter hole and then a jigsaw for the parts I could access. I drilled holes at each of the angle transitions so I could get the jigsaw to go clean around the corner. Just got to make sure you don't jigsaw through the attachment holes by mistake. You can't get the jigsaw along that edge there, so I just used a hacksaw and did it by hand. Then filed it smooth around the edges and ran a bit of sandpaper over it too. This has got nothing to do with a vent kit, but the shoulder of the cowler has a habit of hitting on trees and getting smashed like this. Apparently it happens to lots of sleds, but the shop did a really cool job repairing it. They've got this kind of staple system along the inside which does a really clean job. So then you attach the vent and screw the inside part to it. No need to do them up too tight, it's just plastic, so take it easy. So that's the side cover done. Next job is to take apart the old clutch cover. It helps to grab the inside of the old rivets with some vice grips so they don't rotate. It seems like the new clutch cover has a bigger hole and more volume lower down just to circulate more air. Now you're going to rivet on the new pieces. And then drill the rivets out of the old bracket. For some reason the rivets that come with this bracket are really oversized and they don't fit most cheap rivet guns you get from the hardware store. So you may need to just use some smaller rivets. After putting in 2 rivets on the new bracket, you can then drill a hole for the third one, which is in a different place. And I ground off the rough edges. The last job is taking the old brackets off the sled. There's one at the front of the clutch and one at the back. There's some torque screws and bolts there. The brackets are just slightly different in shape to accommodate the new cover. As usual, the instructions are nearly right, but actually there's a couple of other bolts up in here, not in the instructions, which you've got to take off to get the old bracket off. Then you screw the 2 new brackets on and you're done. As a matter of interest, if you do the maths, that slightly larger hole actually doubles the area of the clutch vent there. So basically the air gets sucked in here, through the hole, center of the clutch, and then out the bottom near the footplate. The new kit seems to work. Same hill, blasting up with 2 people on board, and get to the top. No burning smell, nice and cool. So, bad on Do for making a dumb design in the first place, but good on them for giving us a way to fix it at a fair price.